Grand Rising family. Welcome to Essential Therapy Wellness Center. For those of you that are new, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. For those of my current subscribers, thank you so much for being a part of the channel, giving your excellent feedback. I do have a request for all of you that enjoy the content. Please like it. If you don't even want to subscribe, just to like the channel, the algorithm. We already know about that. So thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I have some inner compass cards, which are like let me see. They're like affirmation cards. They are a deck of personal growth and development and reflection type cards. They have excerpts. And so today I decided to draw one of the 49 cards just to see, what the conversation can spark up about the topic that comes up, okay? Some of you are probably a little bit apprehensive about affirmation cards or any other oracle cards or what have you. I don't do a lot on this channel with that. That's more for my Instagram. However, today is just more of a reflection, and that's all these cards are really. They really just sparking conversation. Okay, so don't be alarmed. Everything's good. I always believe in love and light and positivity, and that's all this is, okay? So I'm going to pick a card, and then we're going to read the excerpt in the Inner Compass Guide book, and then we're going to talk about it, okay? Oh, this is a good topic. Oh, wait a minute. Love. Oh, let's see what's going on with the topic of love. Oh, I love the topic. That was very fitting. You can't make this stuff up. So it says love. When you surrender to love, you let your heart do what it does best. Love. Your heart desires, your heart opens, your heart aches, your heart breaks, and your heart heals. All these feelings are love. You deserve love. You are love. If the past has taught you that love hurts, know that estrangement or rejection caused by your pain let me read that again. I'm sorry. If the past has taught you that love hurts, know that estrangement or rejection caused your pain never love itself. It is safe to keep your heart open. Only love has the power to heal. This card points towards a period overflowing with love, or shows that love is coming your way. One way or another, it will hit you. It could be that a new love is already at your doorstep, or that you suddenly notice love where you took it for granted before. Love can manifest in an unexpected hug or by realizing your deep connection with your loved one. Real love often shows itself in the ordinary and mundane. It does not need to be big, vivacious, or perfect. It needs to be real, no matter the shape or form. There is always enough to go around for everyone and mostly yourself. In the end, it is not a matter of being in love, but of being love yourself. For you are pure love, even when you sometimes forget where to find it and how to act upon it. Love is a great mystery. Love is always there. I love this topic. I love this topic for today because it covers so much. It covers so many circumstances. It covers so many experiences. It covers a lot. So let's talk about it. Okay. I do feel that sometimes we have to operationally define love, especially when you are a young adult coming up. You think so many things of love because of the societal, norms and expectations. And so you define love based off of what you see other people do. But when you become of maturity to understand love is not supposed to hurt. And I like it what it said, it doesn't mean it's perfect, because some imperfect people that love us have hurt us. And prayerfully, it hasn't been intentional. So we used to think that love back in the day meant buying something for us. We used to think back in the day that love was just saying, I love you. But the actions were far from what was being said. Okay, audibly said. And at this beautiful age of turning 46 in 2 days, I have understood that love is, first of all, loving myself, understanding what love is towards self. You wouldn't necessarily outright say that you're abusing yourself, but if we be honest, things that we have done and displayed towards self has shown self-abuse. So when you don't know yourself and you don't love yourself, then it's really, really easy. You kind of leave the door open for other people to dismiss you, mistreat you, hurt you. Okay. And I think love just covers a lot. It doesn't mean that I have to accept your foolishness. It just means that I am displaying the love of God, the love of the Most High. And that's very important. So I think that was great. I want to, kind of draw another one and see. But here it is, love. Let's define what love is to us today. Let's define it. Selah. Write it in your journal. What is love for you? What is love towards self? For me, in these last couple of days or last couple of weeks, I've really, really been feeling a way about not being able to work out like I want to. And so that makes me feel kind of out of alignment in a sense. And I've been feeling very fluffy. Plus, I like to eat. So I'm constantly having to look myself in the mirror and say, I love you. I love you. And that's just not to excuse what it is that I need to do to make myself feel optimal. That is a responsibility of myself. But at times, I can speak for us as women, sometimes we feel less than attractive. Sometimes, especially when we have our hormones fluctuating, we kind of pick ourselves apart. And then we have to come back to this place of knowing that we are beautiful, that we are valued, that we are to be respected, that we are to be loved. And that goes for anyone. Everyone has an insecurity that they wish they didn't have. But the most important thing is that self-talk. That self-talk is very important because the world is relentless. Especially if you talk about putting yourself on the internet or taking a picture. Everyone has an opinion about what you should look like, how you should act, what you should do, what you should be, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But self-love is also knowing yourself, defining love for yourself. What does that look like? Selah. I'm going to pause. Then we have deep down. Deep down. Oh, I can only imagine what that kind of gives me core energy. It gives me energy of I got to dig deep for this healing, for this love. Okay. So I'm going to read it. Deep down. Oh, I turned right to it. Deep down inside, you always know exactly what you need. This is your intuitive knowledge. Often, however, the connection is not clear enough to make good use of it. Working with your intuition is all about contact with the inner wisdom and trusting what the voice of intuition tells you. If you cannot discern that voice, the messy mind is creating too much noise. A calm mind, on the other hand, strengthens the access and repairs the connection you have with your intuitive body. Look at the light troubled waters in a glass, which only becomes clear again when stillness allows the mud to sink. This card invites you to become still, make contact with your inner voice. Both your body and your intuition are capable of sending you messages through feelings. These feelings tell you which way you should go. Only you know what is right for you. Yet you often let your surroundings tell you what is right for you. That's what I just said. Yet you often let your surroundings tell you where to go. You let fear of change or rejection stop you. When an ocean is calm and clear, you are able to look deep into the waters. Unmoved deep down, you know what is right for you. I heavily feel like this goes in line with the love card because, like it said, you have to have that self-talk. That self-talk is really your higher self, your intuition, your Holy Spirit, whatever it is that you name it, respectfully. It is telling you what it is that you're to feel about you, what it is that how you're to be, how you're to move, how you're to act. how you're to feel. And too many times we rely on the outside resources to fulfill and tell us where we should be in life, where we should go, what our next step should be. And this card, I just love it because it goes with love. It goes with going down into the deep core of your very being. When you're by yourself in the midnight hour and thoughts are coming to you, what kind of thoughts are you allowing? What kind of thoughts are you allowing? Are we allowing ourselves to stay still enough to hear our next steps, our next direction? Okay, that is truly love. And it says when there's stillness, then everything becomes clear. I know that sometimes I am a bit of, I ain't gonna say a busybody, but there's so many inspirations that come to me that sometimes I want to somehow do them all at the same time. And I have to kind of like pause myself. And being here in Jamaica has definitely given me that pause because I don't have access to a lot of things that maybe used to filled up my schedule or filled up my time, except for what I want. And I've given myself the permission to feel a lot of things, even if it's not a good feeling or emotion. I've had time to explore that. A lot of us don't feel comfortable exploring the uncomfortable emotions that we feel. There's always a root to that though. And like this card said, going deep down, not surface level, not getting up because it makes you cry, not getting up because it makes you angry, but really, really sitting inside of whatever the emotion and feeling is and exploring it. There was a time where, and I'm still guilty of it, I think partly because of the culture I've been in the military, it's like, what's the next thing? You get a chance to do an after action review and it's like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? And you got to move on to the next mission. I think part of my adaptability had been that I'm going to feel it for a second and then I'm going to move on to the next thing. Well, I can remember one time that I felt something very deeply about a family member that I was feeling a little bit hurt about. And for the whole ride, it was like a 12-hour ride. For the whole ride, I just let that rudiment in my head, but I didn't show any kind of, and not that I needed to show anything for anyone to see, but I just did not emote, put it that way. And when I got to sharing it with my husband, he allowed me to see that sometimes I don't sit and process things as I should, as it seems to him or his perception. I don't sit and process things. And when something really, really is bothering you, it will emote in other ways. It will come out in other ways. So you might as well sit and, yes, think about it, try to dissect it, try to understand your emotions in the situation, and then try to heal from it. Of course, heal from it. Give yourself permission and forgive yourself for not allowing yourself to feel that, and then feel it and then deal with it. So he told me, he's like, sometimes I feel like you don't need nobody. You seem so strong because I can plainly see something happen to you or that you're experiencing something. And it's like you don't give yourself a lot of time to process and feel what it is that you are totally allowed to feel. And so one day we were supposed to be going in our friend's house. This is in our midst of our moving. And he was like, I'm trying to be there for you, but you just skim past. Sometimes you seem to skim past things that I know that is bothering you. And I didn't really realize it. And I thanked him for sharing it with me, because especially as women of color, we've been taught to just move on to the next thing. We ain't got time to sit in our emotions. But the truth of the matter is, we do have the time. We have to make the time to sit in our emotions. I'm not saying wear your emotions on your sleeve and be crying every chance you get. But I'm just saying, whatever it is that bothers you, make sure that you sit with it. That's part of your self-love. Give yourself that permission to feel and to dissect. And then if you need to discuss or whatever, you need to bring other people into the fold, then do that. But at least sit with yourself. And deep down, I was bothered. And I realized that if you don't handle things that are deep down, they will manifest they can have the potential to manifest in toxic ways. Be it your attitude towards people, be it you biting people's head off and you're just short-tempered or short-fused or whatever the case may be. So that day, when I finally disclosed what was bothering me, I had a chance to really get a good cry out. My husband was like, listen, don't worry about going in here. If they need to go ahead and eat, because I was like, we got to get inside. So dumb saying it out loud, but I'm being very, very transparent and vulnerable. I was like, no, I'm not about to go in here, my face all puffed up from crying, He's like, why? He was like, you are obviously bothered by this situation. I'm here. I'm present for you. Feel it. It's okay. Feel it. And slowly but surely, the little tears start to well up in my eye, and I start to let it down. And I had a good cry. Because what I was feeling, I was very validated in the way I felt. And I think that's part of the self-love, and it's part of the getting deep down to the root of the issue. We don't feel at times we have a right to feel the way we feel about any situation that makes us hurt or feel wronged or whatever the case may be. And so that day I had a really good cry. And I appreciated my husband from holding space. He's always holding space if I allow him to. Notice I said if I allow him to. If you allow your loved ones, your friends, your family, your confidants, you have to allow them to hold space for you, if that's truly what you need. And in that moment, I didn't realize that I needed that, and I did need it. And so when he told me to pretty much, woman, sit there and feel what you feel, and I did feel what I felt, and I felt better. And I was like, I don't even know if it's a situation that I need to bring up to the other person, but at least I've had the conversation with myself by way of feeling it and then sharing it with you, and you're validating that I'm okay to feel that way. And sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need that. We try to handle things on our own, and some things are meant to be solo dolo, some of it, not everything. But sometimes you do need to kind of like dissect things for yourself before you bring another person involved. But in that moment, I needed him, and I needed to feel what I felt, and I needed to verbalize what I felt, and I needed to know that it was okay. So I think that's wonderful, beautiful. These are the two cards that we have today. Deep down love. That deep down love. Oh, you can't see nothing. That deep down love. Yes. So anyway, this is not a long video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I'm not begging, I'm just saying, if you are enjoying the content, subscribe button. There's a bell right there. Press it, and so every time that a video is uploaded, you are able to see it either live or know that it's there to come back and watch it. And then like the video, y'all. What's wrong? I would like to think that we're giving some good conversation here. And I would love for you guys to put some positive comments down, or even, put down your comments about the topic. What are you feeling about what's being said? Express that. I do go back and read them. And then also feel free to put down comments and topics of what you want to discuss next time. At some point, I will be able to go live and hopefully be able to capture more of an interaction. I think right now the only platform I can probably do that on is Instagram, and I haven't been up there in a while, so we'll see. But anyway, I love y'all so much. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.